So the temperature's rising, gas prices are rising, and so are fragrance prices. That's a bummer. But what if I told you I could lift your spirits with some budget-friendly summer scents? Today, I got 7 aquatic fragrances that won't break the bank. So stick around, let's talk about them.
And you wanna write it down? Would it kill you just to listen?
What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to My 2 Cents 2.0. My name is Brian, and this is the channel that keeps you smelling great without breaking the bank. All the fragrances today are going to be less than $100. The first one comes from an indie niche house. For the scent of it, Black Sails. Now, you probably haven't heard too much about For the Scent of It. It's probably because you're not subscribed to my channel. So do me a favor and go ahead and do all the YouTube things. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, see, that wasn't too hard. Like I said, For the Scent of It is an independent niche fragrance house. The perfumer and owner, Michael, is a self-taught perfumer. And there's something that he puts in all of his fragrances. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's fragrance steroids, but they're all beastly. Black Sails starts out with this really nice, crisp gin accord. So you get a nice booziness right up top. It has a little spiciness and some greenness coming from some like juniper berry. And you get a nice citrus, like a squeeze of citrus in there, coming from some lemon. You're also going to get a really nice aromatic lavender and some cardamom, adding a little sweetness and some greenery to the composition. But what makes it aquatic, and a great aquatic, is the oak that's drenched in salt water. He has this nice sea breeze accord, so it's salty, it's airy, but also that oak is blended very well with that sea breeze accord, making it smell a little bit like driftwood. You also get a really nice incense, some sweet amber, and some dark musks. Now this, I get a really good 8-9 hours of longevity. For a fresh fragrance, for an aquatic fragrance, that's great. And since I spray on my clothes, I actually get longer than that. I get about 10-11 hours of longevity. This is fresh, it's clean, it's crisp, it's slightly spicy, it's got a touch of smoke in it, and it's a fantastic aquatic fragrance. Now, they only come in 30 mLs. This is $80. I know that sounds a little expensive, but that's the only size bottle you can get. Now, you can get samples. You can try it before you buy it. You can go over For the Scent of It. I'll leave it linked down below, and you can get samples of any of Michael's fragrances. Definitely go check them out. I'm not sponsored. He's not paying me to say this. I just truly, truly enjoy For the Scent of It. So go check them out. Next up is a tried and true blue fragrance that's got a nice aquatic backbone to it. This is Polo Blue Parfum. Now, I'm really glad they finally decided to do a Parfum. Now, I think this came out in 2022, 2023, somewhere around there. But the original came out many, many moons ago, and I used to rock the crap out of it. I went through quite a few bottles back in the day. What they've done with this fragrance is they took that original DNA and they made it more refined. They made it more mature. This starts out with a really nice, sweet combination of mandarin, cardamom, and pink pepper. Get a nice fizziness from it. It has a nice salty clary sage and lavender combo, giving you that aquatic quality. And further into it, you get some patchouli, some oak wood, and some frankincense, adding some depth to this. So not only would this do great in the heat, in the summer, this is kind of a fragrance that you could wear all year round. But the fresh qualities of this fragrance, the aquatic backbone of this fragrance, is what really makes it shine in the heat. If you like the Polo Blue DNA, and you used to rock it back in the day, and you're somewhere around my age, then you're probably going to like this. And I got this for $55 from Joma Shop, and they still have it available as of the recording of this video. Now, it is a tester, but you get a cap. Who needs a box? Screw the box. In fact, who cares about the bottle? It's about the juice inside. And the juice inside this screams summer. So this is definitely a great budget-friendly summer fragrance that'll put in some work for you this summer, because I get good performance out of this. I get a solid 7 to 8 hours of performance. Good projection within the first few hours. I wish it only cost me $55 to fill up my gas tank, but it doesn't. It's double that. Even though this isn't a super unique DNA, I thoroughly enjoy it and think it's going to be great this summer. This next one is a unique DNA because it's taking 2 DNAs and melding them together. And this is from the house of Zimaya, and this is Barari Coral. Is it Barari? Barari? I don't really. Bari? I don't know. Barari? Whatever. Let me know. Drop me a comment. But anyways, this is such an interesting fragrance. Before I get into what it smells like, I will say this. If you do pick this up, my recommendation to you, give it a couple sprays and let it sit on your shelf. That's what I had to do with this. I sprayed it a couple times, put it on my shelf because the opening really wasn't that appealing to me. but now it is. Because this has got this really interesting combination of mango, pear, and ginger right off the bat. So this is a combination of God of Fire and also Blue Talisman. Melded together, and this is what popped out. The mango, pear, and ginger combo kind of remind me of like a mango pear ginger ale. It's a little fizzy, effervescent up top. It's got a really nice crisp spiciness to it. You also get some cedar following suit and also some orange blossom, giving it a nice citrusy aromatic quality. Touch of creaminess. And with that creaminess, you get hints of berries through the mid. Just a little nuances sitting there in the background, just playing a little supporting role to that orange blossom, that cedar. You also get some sweet amber and some nice salty and airy musks. That's what's giving it that nice aquatic quality, is the salty, airy musks in this. I love this fragrance. I get really good longevity out of this. I get 9-10 hours of longevity. It might not be like that for everyone, but for some reason, this thing, man, this thing radiates off my skin. And again, I spray on my clothes. So I would say skin, probably 8-9 hours. Clothes, 10-11 hours. I really enjoy when houses take two really good DNAs, put them together, and create their own DNA. That's exactly what Zimaya did. So if you like God of Fire, if you like Blue Talisman, and if you think that God of Fire and Blue Talisman have a little bit too much femininity, I don't know if I'm saying that right, femininity to it, then this kind of scrubs all that. Adding them two together gives it a little bit more masculinity. Even though there's still some feminine qualities to this, I believe this is a lot more masculine. Still unisex, but leans more masculine. And for 30 bucks, I consider this a masculine summer stunner. All right, this next one, nobody ever talks about anymore. Ever. It's coming from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, and this is Acqua Essenziale. Not the blue, not the Colognes, the one that started it all. This is an eau de toilette. This is not the longest lasting fragrance. Just going to let you know that right now. But the one thing I love about this is that Salvatore Ferragamo, I can't remember who perfumed this. I believe this came out in like 2013. But whoever did, they created an accord. It's called Casa Cologne or something like that. Casa Cologne. It's basically a watery note, like a cold watery note. And man, this is a tried and true. This is the epitome of an aquatic fragrance. But it's not just the aquaticness, obviously. Right off the bat, you're going to get some grapefruit. You're also going to get some greenery and some mint and some lemon. So it's got a little bit of an herbaceous quality to it, but also a nice fresh spiciness to it as well with that mint. It's watery. You get some lavender, some geranium, that Casa Cologne, some spiciness and herbaceousness coming from some rosemary. And at the base of it all, you're going to get some woody vetiver and some very clean musks. Now, when I say this doesn't get great performance, all right, 4 or 5 hours of longevity. In the heat, this thing pumps off my skin. I don't know, if you own this, I don't know what it does for you, but I love what this thing does when I start heating up. I think it's that Casa Cologne. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Casa Cologne. I'll leave it on the screen. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong or whatever. But that accord, that ingredient, man, you just got to try it. You got to try it for yourself. Now, I used to find these at rack stores all the time. I got this bottle for like $19.99, all right? But now you can find it at Fragflex for $30 for a 50 ml. That's a good price. It's one that you can just take with you, throw it in your bag or your fanny pack. Come on, I know you have a fanny pack. You do, don't you? I'm just kidding. I'm just joshing you. Anyways, yeah, like I said, you can just throw this in your fanny pack and, spray it, throughout your day. If you're on vacation, throw it in your bag, spray it. It's affordable, so you can spray as much as you like. It's a fantastic fragrance. Nobody talks about it. Now, you could also go with a blue or you could go with a Colognes. The Colognes is more like a kind of a modern-day fougere. The blue is just a fantastic blue fragrance. But this is a tried and true aquatic. Fresh water. I think that's what Acqua Essenziale means. It's citrusy, it's fresh, it's clean, it's aquatic. It's a banger for the summer. I don't think there's a fragrance out there that screams aquatic like this fragrance. Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio, Eau de Parfum. ADG, EDP. Fun fact about this, word on the street is they're just going to discontinue the EDP because they just came out with the Intense EDP. But this was the answer that a lot of people were looking for with Acqua di Gio. Acqua di Gio used to be one of my signature scents for a very long time. I can't tell you how many of those bottles I've been through in my life. The performance on the EDT these days is abysmal, but this is not. I get a solid 6-7 hours of longevity with this. Super good projection for the first, I would say, 2.5, 3 hours. Main players in this are, of course, going to be that green mandarin. You're also going to get the aquatic notes. You're going to get a mineralic vetiver from it. You're going to get some lavender and musks. It's so good. It has some nice woodiness to it as well. I believe that's coming from a little bit of patchouli. This is such a fantastic fragrance. If you couldn't tell, I know this is a small bottle, but I've blown through a lot of this. My wife loves this DNA. Probably because everybody used to, wear it back in the day. This brings back a lot of good and bad memories, honestly. But everybody used to rock Acqua di Gio. And this was the answer to the longevity and to bringing out another Acqua di Gio that wasn't Profumo or Profundo, but just straight up Acqua di Gio. Get it while the getting's good. You can get a 50 ml for about $66. I believe that was at Joma Shop. And yeah, if you want a tried and true aquatic, Acqua di Gio is the way to go. I mean, this is the epitome of summer in a bottle. I feel like I should do some sort of spin move for this next fragrance because Jeremy Fragrance used to hype this fragrance up all the time. This is MontBlanc Legends Spirit. Now, this gets compared to the original Invictus Aqua. I don't find this as bubblegummy, all right? Because I actually really enjoy wearing this fragrance. Up top, you get some grapefruit and pink pepper. It's fizzy, it's sweet. You get some cardamom, adding to the sweetness, which gives it that kind of bubblegummy feel. Followed along, you're going to get some nice salty lavender, giving a nice aquatic quality, some sandalwood, and fresh and clean musks. Now, the longevity on this is not bad. 5-ish hours, all right? 5 to 6, all right? Let's say that. 5 to 6 hours. Not a huge projector after about an hour and a half, but still, you get about half an arm's length. Actually, I don't quote me on that. I have no idea. I don't sit there and measure it. I'll pull out my measuring tape and oh yeah, it's 3 feet. No, fuck that. That's stupid. Anyways, MontBlanc Legend Spirit. It's a great fragrance. My wife actually really enjoys this fragrance. And I don't find it too overly sweet, even though, I find Invictus Aqua to be a little bit too sweet. I feel like this has a little bit more aquatic qualities to it than Invictus Aqua, kind of dumbing down that bubblegummy sweetness, but maybe that's just me. But if you like Invictus Aqua, especially the original, and you don't really want to spend the money on Invictus Aqua, I would check this out because this is only like $26 at Fragflex. It's freaking cheap. It's sweet. It's aromatic. It's a little woody. It's aquatic. What else could you ask for? They should call it Legend, Spirit of Summer. Last up on my list, I just did my 2026 review of this, and this is Versace Dylan Blue. Man, what can I say about this that I didn't say in my review? What, you haven't gone and seen that review? Man, what are you doing? Go check it out. Well, wait till this video's over and then go check it out. Dylan Blue. Yes, I love the patchouli in this, but I also like the aquatic notes that this has in it. I love the lavender in this. I like the grapefruit. I like the herbaceousness. I love that patchouli. But the aquatic qualities are also what sets this apart from just being a standard blue fragrance. Also has a really nice spicy woodiness coming from some ambroxan and that patchouli. There's a nice musky saffron, some frankincense. This is just a fantastic blue fragrance. This is one that I regret not wearing more last summer. Now, this used to be a lot cheaper than it is now, all right? You used to be able to find this in rack stores for like $19.99, $29.99. And now I think it's at, I think it's Joma Shop. This is like $60 for 100 ml. Longevity is solid on this. 7-8 hours of longevity. Solid. Great aquatic backbone, but also has some nice depth to it to where you could wear it all year round. Because this is a very versatile fragrance. It does well in the cold, but it does great in the heat. And I'm kicking my own ass for not rocking it more. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rectify that and turn this into a fragrance that I'll be rocking a bunch this summer because it's a banger. Even though everything's getting more expensive and, you know, you see all these people out there on YouTube talking about all these niche fragrances to rock during the summer, don't let that discourage you. There's many affordable ways of smelling great this summer. That was only 7. I got plenty more to get us through this summer, okay? Let me know down in the comments what some of your favorite aquatic summer fragrances are. Budget friendly or non-budget friendly, doesn't matter. Just let me know. I'm always curious to know what you're rocking. Go ahead and shoot me some recommendations of anything new that you think I should get my nose on for this summer, or anything you think I should get my nose on for, you know, the upcoming fall or winter. Doesn't matter. Just always shoot me your recommendations. Always shoot me your comments. I always appreciate hearing from you and getting to know you more. That's all I got. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And if you enjoyed today's content, then do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, keep smelling great and stay frugal. And I'll see you in the next one.
And you wanna ride it down, would it kill you?